I've not done that in forever. Hey guys, I'm Josh, aka Joshua J, and today's gonna be a couple things. Number one, first of all, I'm a week late on my 1 year anniversary video that I was supposed to do because mainly because number one, I had no idea what to do with it. Two, I got busy. And three, all of a sudden, literally mid-Friday, I got congested and I have a cold all of a sudden.
Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
I have no idea how my nose is just... I feel much better now, obviously, which I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a little nasal strip on right now. I can't even tell if I put it on right or wrong. I don't know. I just thought if I put it on for when I record, like, I wouldn't sound as congested. For today's video, I'm decided, since my first video, like my first YouTube video was my personal top 5 tracks, I decided to do a little something different, and we're just gonna be the same formula, but I'm going to be basically like going over my album reflections, and I'm gonna be doing 3 different sections. So I'm gonna do first my personal top 3, then I'm gonna do like what I believe are underrated tracks on my album that I feel like the GP based off, like, you know, the statistics that I'm getting from like Spotify and Apple Music, like whatever the general public is listening to, I feel like these are underrated in my opinion. And then I'm gonna do another, and then my final 3 is basically either what I could improve or what was supposed to happen. And honestly, I feel like this is gonna be a fun little video because like I've always wanted to do something like this, like a video where I'm explaining like my headspace when I was making reflections, and I think this is the best time to do it, especially since like I think I'm coming up on like 3 months, actually 3 full months of it being released, and I'm really excited. I can't wait. But yeah, so you know, I'm gonna start with could improve. We'll start from the bottom and go to the top. So could improve, okay, I guess I'll go in track order. Unstable. I think this is the thing. So Unstable, my inspiration for Unstable was Tightrope and Gravity by Tinashe. It was from her recent, before she dropped Nasty, obviously, but it was when she dropped Baby Angel. And I promise you, when I listened to Baby Angel, when I first heard Gravity and Tightrope, I was like, oh my God, like the ideas were just flowing, and I wanted to do something similar. Like I wanted to do something that kind of emulates those tracks into one. Now, here's the thing. I really love how the track came out. Like, I think it's beautiful, but what I really want to improve on it was I just wanted it to sound more like drum and bass, I guess, you know what I mean? Kind of like, oh, that song Strangers by Kenya Grace, like that's kind of like drum and bass, but it's like R&B, UK garage drum and bass. That's what I was thinking. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. I wanted to be more drum and bass, like UK garage sounding than how it came out. Not that I think how it came out it sounds bad, it's just I think it kind of sounds more like an upbeat R&B track than how I intended it to be. But yeah, so that's Unstable. Cries. Okay, so for Cries, honestly, I love Cries. I've always loved how Cries sounds. The only thing that was supposed to happen was I wanted to originally have a sample of Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super talking about, like, basically like in the middle of Zamasu and Vegeto's fight in Dragon Ball Super, Zamasu just starts crying and he says it's for the world.
Of course, that is why I do this. For the good of the cosmos. For creation!
Are you seriously crying?
I am, and proudly so. My tears shall sanctify this blinded world!
And I wanted to sample that so bad and put it in the beginning, and I did it, like I actually did it. But then I realized I had to go through copyright and everything, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go through all of that because I really wanted to drop the album. So that was what was supposed to happen. Everything else sounds great in the track, but no, yeah. I didn't know how like copyright would have worked with that, and I didn't want to go through all that, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it how it is. And again, I still think it's a great track. It's just one of those things that I really wanted it to like give it that little extra oomph. And finally, we have Lucid. So Lucid is like a mix of a lot of things. First of all, the sample pack that I used, it was cymatics. Like the sample pack that whatever, the loop, there we go, the word, like, my brain was not braining there, but the loop that I used, it was called Lucid. I guess the vibe I got from it reminded me of like Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD, so I was like, oh my god, I want to do something like this. But then when I started like making it, I thought the beat was just like, it was too basic for me. And when I say basic, I don't mean like any shade, but why would that be shade? That's literally my opinion. Let me stop. But what I mean is that like, it just sounded too basic, like it sounded too trap, you know what I mean? And I really wanted it to be like more pop R&B or even like hip hop R&B. And I was listening to a couple songs like So Sick by Neo and Change by Flo, and like, you know, I wanted to do something like that kind of beat from those two songs, so I like emulated that a little bit. Why am I using the word emulated? I feel like I'm using it wrong. Interpolated is what I'm trying to say. What if, okay.
This is what I mean when I say you don't think. I'm thinking. You don't think. I'm thinking.
No, yeah, I wanted to do something like that. Like, I wanted to do that kind of beat. I really went crazy with the triangle. So, what's funny about the triangle when I put it in that track? I wanted the triangle to be like kind of like a second snare. You know what I mean? So, those are the three that I could improve on, or what I wanted to happen if, like, you know, things worked in a perfect world. But, okay, so next we're gonna go into underrated. Yeah, let's go into the underrated. I think literally my most underrated track personally is Avatar. You guys do not understand the amount, like the effort, true effort. Like, you guys do not understand like the heart I put into Avatar. Avatar is like one of like my children. Like, oh my god, I feel like Avatar is like the middle child. Like, I hate saying it because like my brother's a middle child. This is no shade to you, Thomas. I'm so sorry, but what I'm saying is that like, I just feel like it doesn't get as like the recognition it deserves. You know what I mean? I feel like it doesn't get the treatment it deserves, and it's a really great track in my opinion. Like, I love how it, like, I promise you, that's probably, out of all the beats that I had made, that's one of the ones I had the most fun making. Like, just the intro, this, like, just everything that went into it, I loved making it. And I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see the general public love this. And then, of course, like, you know, it's time on Spotify artists and, like, Apple Music artists, like, it's nowhere in the top 5. And I'm just like,
Hold up.
And it's, like, one of the least streamed songs. And, like, just me personally as an artist, it hurts me. Moving on. Conmigo, oh my god, no, yeah. So the funny thing about Conmigo is that how it started was I was listening to Dance With Me from Cheetah Girls 2, a great movie. And I wanted to do something like that, like, you know, like just a little, like, you know, and also like, how do I say this? I just really wanted to do like a little like R&B Latin mixed song, you know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to like mix that in. Also, I do want to just like embrace my Cuban heritage, like my Hispanic heritage. And I thought that was great. Like, and I just thought like that was the perfect opportunity to do like, you know, the congas in the back, the guitar, just the overall beat and everything. Like, I feel like it was great. I really enjoyed it. What's so funny actually is the ending of Sample, the voice memo, is my best friend Camila and my other friend Apita. And it was so funny. Like, they were hanging out and like they were just being stupid. They were being stupid one day, and they were just, I was knocked out when they sent this voice memo. I was knocked out and they sent this to me, and like literally in my head I was like, I knew you told the trip, I'm like, I'm sampling this. I hope y'all know. And it came true. And then finally, You. Okay, so You. Okay, no, this is another one that I really feel like it is so underrated, and I love You. You was inspired. It was inspired by Without You by Brandy. Whenever I make a track and it's inspired by something, like literally like I just incorporate something from the inspo song into the title. But no, yeah, so like You, I just took out Without and just put You. And then actually what's funny is that You was just always a beat. I didn't actually add, so the sample that I added at the end was actually a sample I did from an interview with NC State Athletics for Black History Month. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I want to put this in. It was kind of like a callback to my first album, Sub-Zero, where, you know, I had sections for the Black Lives Matter movement, and I put in a lot of samples from news reports or even just what was going on at the time, you know, during a dark era. And I was like, you know what? I want to kind of do another callback to that, and, you know, also, again, just embrace my heritage and who I am. Those are my 3 underrated, and now we're gonna go into the top 3 my personal top 3 for the album. The first one, I'm gonna do Voices Haas. I worked on Voices like on and off for a month. Like I'm not even lying, like a full month. So, messing around with some sample packs from Cymatics, and there was a drum loop that I had, and I forgot what the original BPM was of it, but it was like something. It was something slow. And I put it in, and then I sped it up, and it sounded great. And I was like, no, I'm keeping this the way it is. And like, I knew instantly I had something, and I needed to like, you know, capitalize off it. And it was just like, I just had so much fun with it. I was like, it was my most experimental beat I think I've ever done in my life. Like, I'm not even lying. There were so many things I wanted to add, but the one thing that really got me a little bit, it didn't get me mad, but like, it sounded empty. It sounded so empty. Like, it was good, but it was just, there was something missing, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, you know what, let me just walk away. Like, whenever I have an idea and it's not coming out the way I want to, I'm just like, walk away and go back to it later. So I walked away, and I came back to it after watching the Beyonce Renaissance film, and she did the Masters at Work, the hot dance. Like, I heard it, and I was like, I'm sampling that. And of course, when I sampled it, I immediately put Masters at Work in the credits because, you know, that sample is just so iconic in, you know, the ballroom culture and just in the queer community. I was like, oh my God, again, embracing who I am, and I wanted to do that so bad. And also I added the Vogue snare, the Vogue dip sound effect, and it came together, and I was like, oh my God, yes, I love it. But yeah, so I had a really good time with that one. That one was like my favorite. That's one of my faves for sure. And also what's funny is that it's also my brother's fave. It's in his gym playlist. So I was like, I did it. But, moving on. What's next? Casa de Womp. Oh my God. So the funny thing is, with Casa de Womp, I have no idea how. First of all, this is how you can tell I'm such an unserious person, and why, realistically, I don't even know how I came up with, well, I know how I came up with the name, but the thing was that I wanted to do a house track. I wanted to do a house track so bad. Like, I just wanted to do a house track. And I was like, oh my God, what do I want it to sound like? You know what I mean? So my friends that up here, I wish you could go down their names, but I'll just put them right here because they're in the credits. But all these people right here, they were telling us like a story, something funny, and then they told us what they said. And basically, like, that's them going, womp, womp. They sent that to us, like what they did, and I told them straight up, I'm like, I am sampling that. And like, that was really the inspo I needed. And then I just started listening to samples and stuff from BandLab and Cymatics, and I was like, it just came together. It was all coming together. And then I was like, oh my God, like, what else can I do with this? Like, I didn't know, like, I felt like the sample of my friends was good, but then it was Christmas Eve, it was Noche Buena, and I was in Miami. I was with my sister, my brother, and my brother-in-law. I think they were playing dominoes. My brother-in-law was like talking crap to his dad, which is the sample in the beginning. My sister was recording my reaction, but you could hear them in the back. And I was like, oh my God, I want to put this in so bad. So I put it in the chat, and it just came together. And I feel like another reason why I have like such a soft spot for not even just the track, but the whole album is just that I feel like I put in a lot of people that I care about in my life in it. And it doesn't feel like it's just like a me album. It feels like it's like an everybody album. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, like, even though like a lot of my friends would say, oh, you did, like, you know, you did so well, I always try to tell myself we did so well because they're a part of this too. You know what I mean? And finally, my last track for my personal top 3 is Tune Out, the interlude. So what's funny about Tune Out is I came across a sample online. It was a free sample. Well, first I heard it on TikTok, and then I found it online. I gave credit to the people who were in it. It was like a Sonic type track, and like Sonic is obviously one of my favorite video game characters and just video game franchises of all time. Look at him. Look at him right here. It was funny. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make a full 3-minute track of this. And I was like, no. Just speaking from like what the track needed, it did not need to be extended how it was. Like, how it came out, it was great in my opinion. I wanted to put in a guitar riff. I wanted to put in a guitar riff so bad, and I was searching through samples from Cymatics online, and I finally came across one in BandLab, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. So I put it in, brought the track all together. Just sounded amazing. And then I wasn't done yet. So again, I sampled another voice memo from my brother, and he was ranting to me about like just a conversation he was having with. The reason why I called it Tune Out was because I imagine it as like For me personally, I imagined it as like, you know, like just like, you know, like you don't want to hear anything. You just need like a moment to yourself of just like, you know, like vibing and just like, you know, getting everything that you need out. And so when my brother sent me the voice memo and he said, I don't want to hear all that, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And I just sampled it, and yeah. The way my brother is like literally, my brother is basically like in all the tracks. It's so funny. That's pretty much everything that I have to cover for Reflections. I am planning to do a deluxe for Reflections. I've already thought of the name, and it's gonna be Reflections Mirrored. And I think what I want to do with that is just like improve on tracks that I think need the improvement. Number one, there obviously will be some new tracks. I have been working on some new tracks that I'm really in love with, honestly, and like I want to add them so bad. Also, actually, something I literally just started yesterday. So I do write, like I actually do write some tracks, but they're in my head differently. But I wanted to use AI to try and see how they would sound. And honestly, like I really like how they came out with AI. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take like the recordings from AI, touch them up on my end, like, you know, obviously still produce them and change them up a little bit. But no, yeah, so I have no idea how I'm gonna, I don't think I should title that anything. I'm just gonna probably put like, I don't know how I'm gonna distinguish, because I can't, I mean, if I give credits to AI, that's kind of weird. Oh well, we'll see. But no, yeah, other than that, I'm really excited to see what happens. Obviously I'm gonna have to balance a lot because I'm working on something for school, like for the school year, and then I'm working on the internship that I have, which is going great. And then obviously I'm gonna be having practice. And then like June is gonna be a little hectic for me because I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff, and July is gonna be a little hectic too because I'm also gonna be doing a lot of other things, and I'm trying to do this. But you know what? I think I'll find the time. I'm really excited. Like, you know, summer is always great for me. June is always great for me too. So, you know, I'm just ready. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. But until then,